Hi everyone, welcome back to this new video. In this new session, we are going to see how to configure SNS alerts for EC2 CPU utilization and system uh, status check failures. Okay, so to do that, we need to use two services here. One is we need to deploy one EC2 instance, and the second is we need to configure SNS. So there are two things, topics and subscription. Topic means we need to create what alert it need to generate, and the subscription is when the alert is generated, like this alarm has came, like a CPU has crossed 50%, then where it should send. So the subscription will be the endpoint, like our email address. So once I have set the email address, it will trigger subscription also. So we need to accept that, then we'll start receiving this. Usually where it comes, like assume you have a 10 to 20 servers in your production environment. You cannot every time daily monitor 1111. What we'll do, we will set up a threshold like 90%. Usually we set it to 90% in a production systems. You can set it to 85% depending on your client's requirement and your customers. We will set it. So what happens when the CPU utilization suddenly it's 75%, 90%, the alarm will be generated. So the alarm, when it generates, right? So it will be sent to the SNS. From there, it will be delivered to your email address. So the same thing we're going to do the demo in this video now. So let's move into the EC2 console. For this setup, I'll first deploy one EC2 instance. I'll take a Linux image. I'll take. You can give it any name. So I'm taking Amazon Linux and FreeTire AMI T2 Micro key. Okay. Okay, let me take this and I'm going to deploy it in a demo VPC public subnet. I want a public IP. Why I'm enabling public IP? Because I want to access directly from the console itself. So that's why. And I'll select the existing security group. In the security group, it is just 22 port has been allowed here, and we have allowed ICMP. So these are the only two rules. If you have only 22 port, that is enough for our Linux servers. Rest everything I'll keep it simple. I'll click on launch instance. Okay. Now we can see our instance has been created. It is pending. Once it is available and 2x2 status check, we are going to log in into the system and we'll see all those things. Okay. So before that, we need to again create a SNS. So you can type it as SNS. Once it comes, open it in a new tab. Okay. So currently I don't have any topics here, and if you also see, I don't have any subscriptions. So what I'll do, first whenever before creating any subscriptions, first create a topics. Create a topic. I'll take it the standard one. My topic name is like alerts. That's it. Display name also, like you can keep it. Your project name and the alerts. X, Y, Z. Alerts. X, Y, Z will be your project name, like that. Rest everything you can keep it same as it is. Don't need to make any changes. Then once this is created, so you can create a subscription from here, and those will be reflected here also. I'll show you. So go inside this topic. So inside this topic, we want to create a subscription. Click on this. So the topic ARN is this one, and the protocol is email. I want this to come to my email. Okay, what was my email? I'll take it from here and I'll paste it. Okay. Now create a subscription. Okay, subscription alert created successfully. Okay. Now, if I come here, you can see in a subscription the pending confirmation. If I go into topics inside also, you will see pending confirmation. That means, like when I go here I'll click on my Gmail. You can see it is coming here. XYZ alert, AWS notification, subscription, confirmation. I need to confirm here. So once I click on confirm subscription, and again I'll go back here, I'll refresh this page. See, now it is saying confirmed. The same way, okay, where is this way? If I click on here again, click here to unsubscribe. So if I do this, has been deleted. Okay, I'll come here, I'll refresh this page again. See, it is deleted. So like that, when you want, you can accept the confirmation. When you don't want, you can delete, like end your subscription, so that you won't receive any other further up alerts. So I'll create again, create subscription, topics. Okay, it's already here. So if I recon, like again resubscribe here, that will be enough. Yes. So now let us see how it will be changed. See, now the ID is being generated for the same, like I was using the same, that's why it took it in a same way. Now it is confirmed from deleted. Okay, so this part is done. Now we need to use a CloudWatch for configuring the metrics. Okay, let us see, is our system accessible? Yes. Let me connect into the system. Okay, I am able to take the access. What I'll do, I'll take root privileges and I'll run the command top. So on system I can see there is no much average, and CPU utilization is also negligible, 0.3. Those are the things. So where you can check one more thing, CPU here. Okay, currently still nothing I can see here. What I'll do, I'll open it in a matrix. Okay, it will take some time to reflect here because we deployed the instance very few minutes back. So it will take some 5 to 10 minutes to reflect the CPU utilization here. So meantime, what we'll do, we'll configure the alerts. So let me cancel this. Okay, clear this. So to configure the alerts, what you need to do, first of all, you need to come for CloudWatch. I'll close this. So once you are here, click on all metrics. Now you want to set up for CPU utilization, right? So go into EC2 instance, pre-metrics, and here you need to select the CPU utilization. Yeah, this one. Add this filter. You will see what are the systems you have. So it is saying for me these are the systems. So this is my system. If you don't know what is your system, you can come here, select the instance ID, copy this, paste it here. So there will be another filter. So only you can see this. Okay. Now you can see in our right top, we can have an option for create alarm. Click on this. So it will take you here. So it is saying for metrics we are setting is CPU utilization, and the instance ID is this, and we are creating for a average. So it is up to you. I created for a maximum period 5 minutes. I'll keep it as, and I'll keep it as greater than or equal to. For this demo session, I'll keep 30%. So I'll click on next, and here we have a now notifications. When the server hits 30%, what it need to do? The action I am selecting is to create an SNS topic. So I don't want to create a new. So the existing one I need to use, select existing SNS topic, click on alerts. If you remember, this is the thing we have created, topics. Okay. Now I have selected it, and it is saying inside that it will send to this email. Okay. So you can have multiple subscriptions here. Inside one topic, you can have multiple endpoints. Okay. Like another Gmail ID from you, from your organization, other another teammates. You can add how much ever your team strength is. You can add all those peoples here. DL. Next, alarm name, what it should say. What I'll do, the best practice is always use the system name, then underscore system instance ID, and in front of that write it as CPU utilization. So without even opening, you can keep it this as server. In case if you have any like a XYZ project, you can keep project name here, then your system name, instance ID, and what is this matrix is coming for. Okay, if you want in front of this, you can add greater than 90. That means you will be understanding the CPU has crossed greater than 90% threshold. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll click on next. Next, everything it shows, just cross check our threshold is greater than or equal to 30%. Okay, sorry, in the name I have given 90%, but actually we are setting it for a 30%. Okay, I'll click on create alarm. So if you see now it is saying insufficient data. What it like does is like now it is trying to connect to our EC2 instance, and from there within 2 minutes 1 minute it will fetch all to reflect it here. Once it is done, it will show it as available. We will set up one more alert. I'll show you. As I told, we will going to do the status check. For example, there are two status check. One is system failure and another one is instance failure. So instance failure is for whenever there is a any bug or anything is corrupted inside our instance OS files, then we call it as a instance status check fail. Same way, if there are any hardware failures from the AWS side, like in their data warehouse, then we will consider that as a system check, uh, system status failure. Okay. So to create a alarm for this, come to this section, select your instance, go to status and alarms, click on action, create status check alarm. Okay. Now, if you come down here, you can select your SNS topic here. I'm selecting the alerts. Okay. Here also I'll click it on maximum. So the rest everything it would have been already preset. So what I'll do, see it is already set here, the instance ID. What I'll do, XYZ project and alarm check is my instance name. Okay. What I'll do, I'll remove this. I'll just keep it as a status check failure. And if you come here, type of data of sample, okay, it is given as either here. What do you mean by either? Like if a system status check fails or an instance status check fails, it will trigger the alarm. But if you want, you can keep it separately also. Like here, you can see status check failed for instance. This is okay. This is status check failed for system. There is a one more status check that has been like already ongoing in AWS, that is for EBS volumes. In this small instance, it is not showing as it is a free tier AMI and instance type. That's why it is not showing here. So once you in your production environments, you can see this also. Now instead of 2 by 2 status check, recently, not very recently, you can consider it as a 2 to 3 months already old it is. So AWS has increased the status check to 3 by 3 pass. Okay. So I'll keep it either itself. So it will take all the thing, instance, system and EBS. If you have a EBS, that is also covered in this. Now scroll down and click on create. So it is created. Okay, can we see you can all see now CPU utilization has come to this. If I refresh, my status check failed. It's currently in insufficient data. So it will also take some 2 minutes of time, then it will come here. Okay. So to check now, we need to use a stress command inside the systems to demonstrate this. So before that, let us see in a all metrics, is it something reflecting? Okay. So currently the CPU utilization is going like this without, currently it is 0.22. There is no much load in the system. Okay. I showed you also 0.3 it was something. See, very negligible, 0.3 it is coming. So what I'll do, I'll clear this. I need to install a few packages for a stress command to work. So the commands, these are these two things. Okay. First of all, EPL releases. Okay. EPL you need to install. Then from that you will get access to install stress. Okay. I'll click on Y. It's saying stress installed. Okay. Now clear this and I'll explain this also. So the command to increase is stress hyphen CPU 2. That means for two cores, two CPU cores it is pushing the stress, and timeout is for 30 seconds. So it will be in a seconds here. So I don't want only for 30 seconds. What I'll do, I'll keep it for 5 minutes. So then only it will reflect it in our AWS console. What I'll do, I'll copy, I'll paste it here. So first of all, I'll show it here. Okay, let us ignore that. Okay, we can see there are no any alerts. Okay, what I'll do now, I'll run this stress command. So it won't show anything to you here, but in a background, it is already started to getting increased. So to reflect that, it takes some time. So we can't monitor in a real time here. What I will do, I'll go here. I'll try to refresh it here. See, slightly there is an increase. This much fast it won't reflect, but still it should increase now. I'll pause this video here. I'll wait for some 2 to 5 minutes. Once the CPU utilization is increased above our threshold, we'll come back and see what is the status of that alarm. Okay. Okay. Now we can see the CPU is been shot up to the 74%. Okay. So what it need to does, it need to trigger an alarm. So let us wait. Once this ends, we need to check that also. In my system, it is still running. And alarms, what is the status? Let me check. I'll duplicate this. Okay, in EC2 console, how much it is showing, I need to check that also, or else it won't show to me. Okay, it has crossed. So I should have been received already. Okay. So can you see here? Alarm. It's saying XYZ project for the system name, instance ID, CPU utilization greater than 90. So what are the other metrics you can see? Threshold crossed 1 out of 1. Okay. That is, and next is your instance ID. If you have not set it in a mail subject itself, then you can get all the details here. Okay. And for which metrics it is coming? CPU utilization. Okay. From which it is taking, this is the alarm, means our topic name it is. Okay. So all the details we can see here, and how much is the threshold, like a threshold we have set it is 30, and it has crossed 30 at this time, and the current utilization, everything we can see it in the console where if you click on this. So this is the current utilization. So you can see now in alarms. So it has moved from OK to in alarm. That means currently the CPU utilization is more than the threshold. That's why again if the CPU utilization come down, let us see. Okay, it has completed. So within next 5 minutes, the CPU utilization should come down. Then it should again go back from like once the threshold below 30, the CPU utilization comes. What happens here? From the state in alarm, it will go to OK again, like this one status check. Okay. So we need to now check for a status check as well. So for that, I'm going to crash my system. So for that, let me do this. So this system will be now again next time I cannot like reboot. Paste it here. Okay, so it has been made the entries. Then I'm going to reboot the system. So I tried to make the instance check fail, but I couldn't simulate the same error here. What is happening now? I'm not able to take a SSH access of the server, but this also didn't fail. So same way like how we got for a CPU utilization alert, right? So we'll get the same thing when the systems check failure, like status check failures, any of this. So you can think it as this one. Whenever the AWS hardware fails, so the system status check will fail. Same way, if there are any crash in your system OS level, then instance status check will be failed. So I hope this is a very informative video for all of you. If you like my content, kindly subscribe to this channel and also give a like. It will really encourage me to make more videos on AWS and Linux. Thank you for watching.